So this one is from the first prompt, the I am your mother prompt. It's called Family Tree. F. Father. Father spent childhood days recreating Jerry Lee Lewis in church sanctuary basement. And I must follow in his footsteps because I find myself glowing holy in the shadows below ground. And I've always felt our washboard personalities reflected each other's internal electricity because he is double detachment from the moment of birth, checking facts and figures to balance his sacrifice from text of history to the books of mathematics. And I am some accidental born philosopher with a broken record mouth, and we have driven up sidewinding canyons only to be tired by the guttural sounds of the city. We are cut from the same cloth, stitched by the hand of our seamstress bloodline, both wielding needle, thread, and silence, sewing together our stories and burning them with the downfall of 1,000 matchbooks praying their way to the earth, hoping to catch a flint in the unspoken strength of our kindred. A. Amanda. Sister shakes quietly in her bed, wishing that piano key fingers would press the anger out of her body. Mother won't tell her about the secrets of her own infection. I watch from a distance of the pills that eat away at mother and little sister. I try to shove the tears back into my own eye sockets. Sister ripped the door off of her lavender bedroom again and smashed all the mirrors in the house. She set fire to her own affliction and buried the ashes in the same shallow grave as all of her aspirations. If I could be a string instrument for little sister, then I would tune myself for her fretboard hands to sing the songs of her chamber of secrets, to let her moans turn to melodies and ricochet off the rafters of our old garage. Send the dried flowers back to the garden, let them replant themselves and grow lesions in the summer hillside. M. Mother. Because the moon never was the backbone of our morning glory garden. And she was never the iron post that crumbled into the bone boxes that landscaped the yard. They once asked me to carve her last crying tunes into wet foundation. They took my bloody knuckle bruises, told me to write, I am your mother, across her casket. Sent her straight into padded room when her first tumor shed its leathery walls on the concrete. Sent her straight to the lockdown prison when the wingless angels of her past refused to enter suburbia because lightning strikes quietly in the winter. And if she is the queen of swords spilling ballet feet on our old hardwood, then I am masked medicine man brewing red rhythm cauldron in the basement I dug out of the shadows of our family maple tree. I am just some preacher with tactful fictions fermenting in the back of my throat. Some preacher mapping out the pieces of forgotten desert, childlike mountains opened like Presida Death Valley, where nothing comes of my song, where nothing comes of the slivers of bone strung across my gaping mouth, heaving up mournful apologies of the person I once was, and that will never be again. L. Lineage. Portero might be a Sicilian word for quiet, because no family is more silent than my own. We each hold our mysteries internally. We are all such bold as to be buried with secrets latched onto the root of our backbones, our vertebrae, modeled after sidewinder scales, shed our skin and turn old cells into quilt cloths, patch together some reminder of how we have all had moments to spill open our stomachs, deep and unyielding. We are the prescription sick messengers of the old country, where language is indefinite and communication is a broken weather vane, with one part of its rusted arms pointing north, the rest of its direction staying south. We are a slow progression to the whisper of a children's bedtime story that was read over and over again, but never found its ending. Why? Years later. The house I was born in still has the faint memories of the ghost that got trapped in the woodwork. The same spirit that woke my mother and father from their daydreams as just a couple, just two that would become 3 and then 4. The same spirit that glows in the aftermath of psychological destruction and memorized maps to the emergency room. But this is all a time capsule of what's true. We are all close-lipped warriors of the same disorder, all using different forms to carve the same 6-letter word into our forearms, because this is a tree in the front yard of a blue house. This is a tree with branches that are trimmed every springtime, and we have all kissed each other's cheeks with hellos and goodbyes. And with maple roots and slow sap, We are this tree, and we are this family. Thank you.